How can I protect my child's inheritance from a bad marriage? Hi, I'm Neil Tyra. I'm an estate planning attorney in Rockville, Maryland, and I do estate plans for regular folks like you and me. So, what if your child gets divorced a few years after inheriting everything you've worked your entire life to build? Could part of your inheritance, of their inheritance, end up with their ex-spouse? Well, the good news is there are several planning strategies that you can use to dramatically reduce that risk. And today I'm going to talk about what I think are the top three. So, number one, it all starts before the marriage, right? A prenuptial agreement is a must. A well-drafted prenuptial agreement can clearly identify that inheritance are treated as separate property. Now, while that's the default rule in Maryland, the prenuptial agreement further strengthens that concept and adds additional safeguards if it's well written. It sets expectations before the marriage begins. And so the parties know what is marital property and what isn't marital property. And it's much easier to negotiate and less expensive before the wedding than during a divorce. Number two, leave the inheritance in a trust. So instead of leaving the assets outright to your adult children, leave them in a properly drafted trust. Even better, if you can have the trust managed by an independent trustee, such as a financial planner or another attorney, that further strengthens the separation of marital and non-marital property. The child can still benefit from assets without necessarily owning them outright. And this often provides a better amount of protection than, say, just giving them the money outright. Think of it this way: if your child never owns the assets outright, they're much harder for an ex-spouse to claim as marital property. Lastly, three, after the marriage, keep inherited assets separate. So even a protected inheritance can lose its protection if it's mixed with marital property. We call that commingling. So you want to avoid depositing inherited money into joint accounts. Also, you want to be careful about using inherited funds to purchase jointly titled property. So good record keeping, therefore, is essential. So no single strategy is perfect. The combination of a prenup agreement, thoughtful trust planning, and keeping the assets separate after marriages will go a long way to preserving your family's legacy. If you'd like to learn more about protecting your children's inheritance, or if you'd like to review your own plan, give our office a call. Our information is at the end of this video. And if you found it helpful, the video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others. Again, I'm Neil Tyra. I'm an estate planning attorney in Rockville, Maryland, and I do estate plans for regular folks like you and me.